Hey, you guys, thanks for listening in to this episode of Tips with Tea. On today, I have Miss Lafrieda with us. Hey, Miss Lafrieda, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. So, tell our listeners about you and what do you do?
My name is Lafrieda Smith, and I go by LJ for short. I am an speaker, author, uh, mentor, autism advocate, mom of three, wife, 25 years. I am a serial entrepreneur. Right now, I am focusing on one business and one business only at this moment, which is LJ Global Communications LLC. I advocate for the many talents of children and adults on the autism spectrum. So my main focus is autism advocacy, mentoring, and such.
Awesome. So, thank you once again for being a guest on the show today. So, tell us about your entrepreneurship journey. Like, what made you decide to become an entrepreneur? And I know you touched a little bit on it, but just tell us more. How did you get to where you are today, where you want to advocate for, children and, with autism and stuff like that?
Well, one of the things that made me an entrepreneur, I think I was born to be an entrepreneur because one of the things that you learn along your journey of, when you're 18 years, 16 or 18 years old, when you get a job, you learn a lot about the business aspect
Mhm.
from being an employee. And one of the things that attracted me to being an entrepreneur was being in charge.
Mhm.
And one of the things I strived to be during my career was being a leader.
Mhm.
And, things happen, and sometimes that opportunity does not present itself. So, what you have to do is you have to make it happen for yourself. And because I come from a blood of, my dad was an entrepreneur. He decided, he wanted to start his own company. He's a software engineer. So he started his own LLC. For me, I was attracted to the fact that I could do what I wanted for my business, do it the way I wanted to do it. I've had several um, uh, things that I've done. I've tried, and if you don't try, you don't fail. It leads to success, you know, eventually, but you have to try.
Mhm.
So I've tried many things, and I finally found the one thing that I love to do. And passion is one of the most important things you have to have when you have a business. Um, if you don't have a passion for your business, then you're not going to give 150% to it. Um, and one of the things that I do on a weekly basis is advocate for my youngest son. My youngest son was diagnosed on the autism spectrum when he was 3. He's now 22 right
Mhm.
now. And one of the things that is important to me is that he knows that he can achieve anything he wants to do in life, despite any, disability or abilities that he has. He has been a um, excuse me, um, very important to me in my journey to
Mhm.
be an entrepreneur and pursuing this business that I have. So, um, what we do, what I do is I make sure that I make him a part of everything that I do as far as my advocacy is concerned.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for like sharing that and what made you get into being an entrepreneur. You are very key when it says passion. You have to be passionate about what you do because you're not going to see the fruits of your labor right away. You have to harvest, you have to plant seeds and stuff like that to get it to where you want to be. And that takes time and that takes patience with yourself and that takes grace. Um, so I commend you on what you're doing and really thank you for sharing that because like a lot of people they just think this stuff happens overnight and it don't happen overnight, right?
Hmm.
Not all the time. Um, I know when me and you we had previously talked, and you were saying how you advocate, help other businesses and stuff advocate. And we talked a little bit about community engagement. So tell us, what is community engagement and why? Yeah, yeah. Just tell us what it is.
Community engagement is something where you go out into your community and you get resources from others. It doesn't matter if that person is competition, whether that person is um, not doing the same thing you're doing. Everybody needs resources.
Uh-huh.
So what you have to do is you have to go out there, you have to network within your community. Your community is a big part of what your success is going to be.
Uh-huh.
If you're not a person that's outgoing or likes to talk to people, people are not going to know who you are.
Uh-huh.
Part of your business is branding yourself and marketing yourself. If no one knows who you are, then you can't do business with them. They're not going to do business. It's just simply that. And your focus has to be on um, engaging others and getting to know others in the community and being interested in what other people are doing. It's not always about your business sometimes. Maybe
Uh-huh.
you can support other people, and sometimes that's free. That's
Uh-huh.
free support.
Uh-huh.
And I can't stress that enough, that just a little bit of support is very important for a business. We thrive on just a little bit of recognition for what we do every day, because our business, we went from a 8 to 5 to a 24/7 thing, and we need to know that what we're doing, our efforts are recognized and appreciated, and that everyone knows who we are in business, and that keeps us going.
Yeah. One thing I'm glad you said community engagement. One thing I have recently started doing again, got back into doing it. Before I was like volunteering my business, services to my business, as far as teaching the kids at my local nonprofit center about financial literacy, or about different things that they're not being taught in school. Just volunteering, just getting out there, engaging with the kids and their parents, and teaching their parents certain things. Those little
Mhm.
things, like, guess could be free, just your time, but that helps you to connect with the community. That helps you to be able to
Mhm.
identify the need that is missing into your community, and where your business could be able to help, impact and address that need. So I
Mhm.
have started doing those type of things again, because like I said, COVID had hit, it was all on lockdown, and now I'm trying to slowly get back into doing those type of things to boost up your community engagement. It's not that hard. I know people probably think it's like kind of hard to put yourself out there, but just like, say you got something that you're passionate about in your business. Well, how can I utilize whatever I'm doing to help my community? And it could be something small, even if you're like somebody that does crafts. Well, find a nonprofit that you
Mhm.
can go out there and you can teach the kids or the elderly or something like
Mhm.
that how to make crafts or do crafts or whatever. That helps you
Right.
connect with your community. And a lot of people don't think
Mhm.
that think that it's that simple, but it really is kind of just that simple. Just go out there and connect.
Right. Right.
So I guess, why would you say, I mean, I know why would you say community engagement is important, but how is it very important? Like, how can community engagement help with um just help us in general? like how is it important, or why do you think it's important for us to be in community, or engage in community engagement?
But one of the things about community is when you're involved in doing things for the community, it brings a presence to you, not only your business but you.
Mm-hmm.
It exists the like the people start to recognize who you are and what you're able to do for them in the community. What you accomplish in the community speaks wonders to your character,
Mm-hmm.
basically. If you volunteer, like I volunteer a lot, people say, well, how come you're not getting paid to do stuff? And I'm like, well, here's the thing. Sometimes you got to give free time before you can get paid time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people have to know what you do and are capable of doing before they'll pay you.
Right.
Um, so it's kind of like my speaking, motivational speaking. I have to be able to speak on podcasts, speak, at free events, do this, do that, do Instagram lives, social media and stuff for people to see what I can do, what my talents are,
Mm-hmm.
before they hire me to do a major event for them. They have to know who I am, and it goes right back to that branding and marketing yourself, because the business is all about you. Um, the business is you.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't like you and don't like what you do, then they're not going to support your business and hire you to do services for them or buy any products from you. They have to like you. So part of that community engagement is getting people to recognize who you are so that you can go from free time to paid time,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yeah. So, what are some benefits that you have seen when it comes to um your business or the community when people engage or get involved with community engagement?
Well, one of the key benefits is for me is collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Most people love to collaborate with those that are getting involved with other organizations.
Mm-hmm.
If they see that you're doing stuff with other organizations, maybe you could help them out,
Mm-hmm.
in their business, and you guys could work together. And part of community engagement is learning another person's business and getting together and collaborating and sharing resources and such. I mean, because somebody that they may know, might be helpful for your business.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, it may not be helpful right at the moment, but you never know that one contact could be what launches your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people don't think that way. But just by me networking and doing little things, little volunteer things, and doing things that might not even make sense to a lot of people, has gotten me to where I can use someone's name as a referral. Um,
Right.
when it comes to my business and stuff like that, when it comes to growing and when it comes to certain resources that I need to actually grow my business. So I'm glad you said that, like, community engagement is important. Partnering with maybe nonprofits in your area just to do an event is important. Yes, you might have to give up some of your time, but your time I feel like is well worth it when you're building those successful healthy relationships that you need in order to grow your business. And like you said, if a lot of people now, they're about family, they're about community. And if you don't show where you're trying to get back to your community at all, you're not showing how you're trying to get back to, you know, help better the community in some type of way or formality. Why should I do business with you? A lot of
Right.
people are really starting to look at that. And so it's good, like you said, to go ahead and start involving yourself in these type of community engagement. So it can not only just help you with your personal character, but it can also help you with your business.
And another thing I'll add on is don't be afraid to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of people, have that, mindset, it's too much money, it's too much money. And I used to have that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wanting to be a part of an event and you want this will help your business
Mm-hmm.
substantially,
Mm-hmm.
you make that investment. And sometimes, it costs a lot,
Mm-hmm.
to do it, but the what you'll get in return
Mm-hmm.
is what's valuable,
Mm-hmm.
and what you put into it. What you do with it after that is all up to you and how you want your business to move forward. Period.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Freda, for coming on the show and talking to us about the importance of community and engagement and what we can do in order to get started with it if we haven't got started with it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share our your social media handles with our listeners so they can know how to get in contact with you and render your services because you do help businesses with advocating and stuff in the community. So you can go ahead and share if you would like to how they can get in contact with you.
It's www.lafriedasmith.com or my link tree, author Lafrieda. It has all my links.
And okay, you guys, and she's like she said before, she's also a speaker, author, mentor, autism advocate. So if you all would like to reach out to her, render her services, I'll highly recommend that you do so. And if you guys want to get in contact with me, you can do so by calling me or texting me. My number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You can schedule a consultation on my website, www.mjfinancial.biz. And you guys can find the audio for this podcast episode on Spotify now, and Spotify puts it all the other major platforms too as well. And you can find the playback for this video on the YouTube channel for M&J Financial Management. So thank you once again, Mr. Frieda, for coming on the show. I highly appreciate you today.
All right. Thank you so much, T.
And all right, you guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.